Uh,
Two
Worcester.
Techrons.
Worcester.
Yikes.
All right, Island
That's
Hopper, have fun with this.
low competitive. I'm gonna say it's below Napoli. I think that's fair.
I think that's respectable.
And
But
here comes Sly with the hot take that it's still meta.
no, it's not meta.
I'm
Get
kidding.
out
No,
of
no,
here.
no, 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 no,
Dude,
no, no.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Calm
I
down,
had
buddy.
something in there.
Colbert is better. In my
Kidding. I'm
opinion.
kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have a little bit
Okay.
higher. I have a little bit higher, but I think it just offers a lot. It has a lot going for it. If you can master the arcs, it does really well. It really does, and it still can delete DDs pretty easily.
But the
So-
arcs,
Okay.
dude.
I know
So
the arcs.
this
Yeah.
is another thing that they could actually. I'm not going to say pre-nerf Worcester because that was like another Smolensk.
Yeah.
But pre-nerf Worcester was actually super strong, and that's actually another thing that they could buff about it. The arcs are horrible, and they need to compensate for that to help people more because the arcs are truly what is yeah.
Petition.
And we have another ship as well.
Petition to have the arcs, if planes go by them, to get shot out of the sky.
Please, yes. Okay, but if you hit one,
That'd
you
be
destroy the whole
awesome.
squad.
Oh my god, no.
I'm
No,
gonna be
Worcester,
sniping planes.
Worcester still holds up. I enjoy it now. I've learned a little bit more how to play it. It offers a lot to your team, but there's
Okay,
so many better ships at it. What it does.
So here's the thing with the DD meta, it should be on par with San Martin if it had the same arcs. But the problem is your arcs are so bad. Like you can spot the DD. Good luck hitting it.
Yeah,
So-
even at 7 kilometers, it's hard to hit.
And like
Yes.
even with battleships, I've found that I have to shoot consistently all game long, HE, or I need to push just to get, very good damage. Where in San Martin or something, I can sit at range and just shoot AP and get twice the damage. So it's in that range where it just needs a little bit of help in my opinion. It's still a good ship because you have so much variety, but it needs a little bit of help.
Another thing about it is, if you compare, once again, we compared to San Martin. Let's compare it to those two again. A destroyer that's fast, like we have a lot of fast destroyers. We have Cabo, we have Colbert, Clubber,
Regolo.
Yeah.
Regolo, Bazan,
Yep.
Gadon. All three of those are massive. You should be able to beat the shit out of them. But they can sit at 8 kilometers and bully you because you can't hit them because the arcs are too long. But they can react after you fire.
Okay, to put this in perspective, you struggle hitting Henry. And
Yep.
that's base Henry.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, someone actually came up with a really good idea, is you take the exact same kind of button style that the Castilla has, kind of with the burst fire. You put it in the Worcester, but what it does is it changes you from a long distance high arc to an incredibly 8 kilometer low arc. So basically you have to change your guns, but you get an increased or a decreased rate of fire with the low arc.
It sounds like super complicated.
It would be kind of fun with it though. Just
It,
giving
it
it better
would be,
low arcs.
100%.
So
So
maybe
I
increase
have
its
counter
Oh, you go. What?
We have, scroll down just a little bit. You see that ship right there that we're going to be picking next? Make it like those arcs, where they
But
literally
make
go
it
from the stratosphere
faster.
as well.
Yeah, make it
But they're
faster.
twice as fast.
Yeah,
Just make
100%.
boost you like that, and you're good to go.
Should we talk about Yodo?
100%.
Let's talk about Yodo,
Let's talk about Yodo.
the unsung hero of the game. I say unsung
Ooh.
hero because it's better than that.
That's what I was going to say. It's like, that's a hot. Oh
Keep
my
going.
goodness. Keep going.
Keep going.
Okay, where are you guys gonna put it?
It's all playable.
Top of playable?
I
Okay,
agree.
I would agree with that if you have Togo.
Let's
If
talk
you
about,
don't-
talk about Togo.
I almost put in a trick Yodo, but the problem is that
Well, let's assume for
if
this it does.
okay, for this it does, I see high playable. Definitely. Your HE, you no longer need the AP because the AP is anemic.
Well, you don't use it anyways,
Yeah.
no matter what.
And now your HE is full penning all the time. Now your 16 guns feel like, or not 16 guns, sorry, 18 guns.
18.
18. Your 18 guns
That sounds so
feel,
wrong.
yeah, sorry, feel really nice.
So
Those horrible torpedo arcs and your armor just eats all day. I wanted to put it lower. I enjoy it with Togo on it, but I
So-
only enjoy it with Togo on it. You have a regular commander, it's
Reason why.
Bit rough.
You have some bad arc, but you have 13.1 kilometer range. I believe. Sit at range. If somebody wants to, let's say a battleship does make a mistake of, oh, he's lighting me on fire the entire game. Go push this guy. You have torpedoes that like these things are not little weak torpedoes, man. They will beat the crap out of something.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is devastating how much damage your torpedoes do.
Yep.
They're slow.
Bad arcs.
But they hit.
You have to show a massive broadside to fire them off, so people know you're firing
range
off.
really doesn't matter all that much. Like I played Yodo quite a bit, and well, not quite a bit. I played Yodo some. I really enjoyed it when I played it.
I still think it needs better torpedo. It like let's say give it Napoli arcs, and now all of a sudden it's competitive.
Oh my god, Napoli arcs! Holy crap!
Oh my goodness!
Bro.
Oh yeah.
Meta,
Okay, hold on. Are we talking about secondary arcs or main battery arcs? If we're talking about main battery arcs,
No, we're talking about torpedo
problem.
arcs. Torpedo arcs.
No, he's talking about torpedo arcs. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention.
No, the guns are
No,
fine.
no.
The guns are fine on Yodo. You buff them anymore, they become
Hold
too
on,
crazy.
hold on. You want your torp angles to be like this, basically.
So
Holy crap, bro.
Because it eats crap. Go up against a St. Vincent. This thing, St. Vincent eats you alive. Go up against Montana, eats you alive.
Okay.
This is Yodo.
Okay. Vincent is not fair because Vincent is broken with the dispersion at the moment.
Okay, sorry, my bad. GK.
Why?
GK snipes,
Let's talk
outsnipes
about
you.
this really quick. You're looking at my space cam. You have torpedo angles that look like that on Napoli. You have it on Yodo?
Maybe a little bit less. You know, you've got to. You can still forward.
Torpedo angles that are like this.
Okay.
You know, I'm fuck sniping at range with HE. I'm gonna roll in, nose in against GKs and just hit them with like 40,000.
No, Sly, you don't understand. That is half of the gameplay of Napoli. If you gave Yodo that, it would probably be top of competitive. Just because of the pro parts.
Okay, let's just hear that now. You guys are just merely moving a top of playable to top of competitive with a single change with the torp arcs. Okay. That's it.
The other thing you have to realize.
That's actually pretty good.
That's it. Look how many cruisers are in competitive.
I know.
There's a lot of competitive cruisers.
That's like over half of the tier. And
in my list, I don't have that many. I have a lot more niche though. A lot more niche.
I wonder why.
I know, right?
You have the obsession with niche, bro.
Yeah, I do. It's such an obsession.
I do. This is the year that you guys fix it.
Get it out of here.
No, bro, I think Yoda
was in middle school. Fly was in middle school, and he heard the word niche, and he's like, "I'm keeping that."
No, bro was like, okay. Bro was on an essay, and he's like, okay, if I say niche this many times and then have sentences explaining it, I can meet my word count.
Yes.
I feel personally attacked. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. No, everyone does that. But no, Yodo, I think it just needs a little bit of either mobility, better torp arcs. It needs soft stat butts, really. That's all it really needs, and everything would be perfectly
The crazy part about Yodo, though, that nobody really talks about is whenever you think of Yodo as a light cruiser, you don't think tanky. It is actually tanky, especially with Togo. So that is actually a big, especially like if you get into battleship games, like you have like, what's your base HP is like 43k?
Yeah, 43, 44, yeah.
Yeah, so, that's as tanky as Des Moines. And then you have torpedo, like you're basically built, bigger. But you know what I mean? It's pretty tanky for a light cruiser.
So, Sly, I'll make this conversation here with Yodo. Treat it almost like a battle in maneuverability. When battleships are firing at you, don't try to dodge after they fire. Wait until their reload's coming up, and then right
before,
4 seconds beforehand, start turning, and then full turn around at max range because your guns are all 360s. So they'll go over you, and then you can keep firing.
No, I have no problem playing Yodo now because I have Togo finally up at IFHE plus. Like now, I have no problem playing it. I just did like 120 something today on a game. It's definitely
the fire
playable.
Chance is what gets me. I mean, it's ridiculous how good the fire chance. It feels better than.
I just love IFHE plus with the HE. Now all of a sudden you have a full pen on a DD. Gearing showed broadside to me. I taught him what 18 guns feel like.
Exactly. So here's one thing I will say. What's the exact reload on Yodo? Do you guys have the game up right now?
Like I think it's
like
sub
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's around 10 seconds. I know that.
So I know its DPM is
10
somewhere in
seconds
like
exactly.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
10 seconds exactly. I would say its DPM is like mid 50, I think, for HE.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's below 60. If you want to buff the ship, buff the gun reload by a little bit less. There you go, your DPMs.
Bro, your HE alpha is insane.
No,
Yeah,
I
your
wouldn't want
HE
to do
alpha
that. I would
is
just want to. I would make it more comfy. I'd buff the mobility, buff the torpedo arcs. Just give it, and then it's already got an insane amount of firepower, as you said with the torpedoes.
Yes.
Like it's already got a good complement. It just now needs to get
Okay,
that
so
mobility
your
to kind of
that
dodge
good.
off it.
It's just like you have 18 shells. So like your HE DPM is like 44,000,
Yeah.
and your AP damage and your HE damage is only like 10 or
That's what I mean.
your AP
Give
damage
it-
is 430. Your HE damage is 410.
Yeah.
Just give it a little bit better. Just a little bit. Like 9.5 second reload.
Okay. Maybe that could be a leg mod or something like that.
I would take that.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I really enjoy the creativity with certain leg mods. However, some of them need like Venezio's leg mod.
That's a whole different other conversation.
Hey,
we don't need to get tangent on right now.
If you guys are listening, I've talked about this before. Put the Yamato leg mod in the second slot.
Okay.
If they did that, it would be crazy.
Let's move on. Let's
Yoshino.
Yoshino.
Okay.
This actually did get a buff since the last time we talked about, and we are going to definitely
it's like slightly. I'm gonna say like it's slightly above Trick Goliath. That's where I put it.
That's a hot
You guys
take.
are gonna. No. But here's the thing. Okay. It's the same thing as like Bob Lynn was saying. It is a super Zao. Okay.
Yes.
Think about this. You have more DPM. If you can deal with all the downsides of the ship, you have range. Like if you play this correctly, you can rush somebody and do 70, 80K. So with that in mind, with your DPM, I think when played correctly, Yoshino can be there.
However, I am incapable of playing Yoshino correctly.
I am too. And I would actually say there's 3 different ways to play Yoshino, and each way is valid, and each way is capable, and you just need to know which one to execute. You can A, ambush people, B, snipe on just like with your battleships because you have the range, and then C, you can walk upward with your DDs and follow them right in because of how good concealment you have. You can do every single one of those jobs. Yeah. You just got to choose which job are you doing at that time. Because you have the concealment, you have the torpedo alpha.
There's one thing you can do, and it's called the flex position. I just came up with this idea, okay? You can do all 3. You can do all 3, okay? If you run detection, you can somewhat play in between that middle ground between sitting with your DDs and sitting all the way in the back of your battleships. If you do this, then you can decide which one to execute, and then you become way more efficient at everything you do. I do it with like half the cruisers I play.
I would say that all those kind of, you're going to change up your playstyle depending on obviously the current needs. But yeah, if you're being a fertility leader for your DDs and you don't need to help them, you then snipe.
Yeah, basically,
like
he's basically deciding to. This is what I do as well. Unless you're hard committing, but what you do is basically you decide after. He doesn't not always does. Is he decides once he sees the layout whether he can play like that, not before. Like I'll plow head first behind my destroyers with some ships, especially naval. You ain't gonna do that with Yoshino. You want to decide after. It's a patient man's ship, and I am patient.
I'm sorry that I gave a interpretation of it. To me, it was like you're gonna choose a path somewhere along that game, but it can do all of those different paths very well. So sorry, I meant it in that way of like, hey, you got all these different roles that it does incredibly well. But if you play like a fertility leader, but you really should be sniping, then you're gonna die. If you play it wrong, you're gonna die easily because it takes too much damage. But there's
a lot of ships on this list that you know, cruiser is kind of that grab bag of you're gonna die if you play wrong. Like Austin, Colbert, everything.
Okay, Henry. Literally, Henry. If you sit still, like if you try to sit still at max range, and a Slav was like, "Oh, hi. What's that?" and then sniffs on you.
Yep.
Another thing, Smolensk and Minotaur. If you sit still in your smoke, you're gonna die.
Yep.
If you're gonna be like, "Oh, the battleships can't see me," yes, they can, and they will shoot you. And do not sit still. Always wiggle just a little bit.
And if you run
And
space
make
camo,
plans.
thank you.
You can work with it, but here's the thing about smoke as well. What Smolensk and Minotaur. Please make plans. Like, you see the last 10 seconds of your smoke.
Move.
How are you going to get out of here?
Yep.
What are you going to do?
Okay.
Start getting that out now, because you don't want to be sitting still when that smoke ends. You want to be half speed at least running or going somewhere.
Yep.
Like,
Keep on
have a
getting in
backup
tangents.
plan, bro.
Getting in tangents again. But Yoshino, it's a
Unless you're
fantastic
playing
boat
against
now.
me. If you're playing against one of us, don't have a backup plan. Just let us kill you, please.
Okay, so
just increase our
I
damage.
will say about Yoshino is I might jump all these ships, but it's kind of hard for me to place anything between Tricked Hindenburg and Tricked Goliath because they're all so close in there together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
So either Yoshino goes there or it goes slightly above Black Zao. That's my opinion of it.
Exactly.
It's somewhere in there. It's not like, oh, well, it jumps all these ships. Well, it's just hard to place it somewhere in there.
Yeah, I agree
So
with you
Yeah,
on that
the
one.
that's what I think about Yoshino.
Hindenburg, they're all very close.
We'll just put it right in the middle because I think
Okay.
it really does play the field on
Okay.
those. Yep.
Um,
Because a lot of
the
people
last
forget
two
about
are
it.
all you guys. I will leave the chat right now.
Ooh, wow.
Don't, you will screw up the Discord thing.
Oh no, I won't. I won't leave the chat right now.
Okay.
Talk afterwards.
Regular Zao. Now, this is one of the things we talked earlier with the Black Zao, is that you had enlightening on it. So I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you take regular Zao. I'll take Tricked.
Okay, so normal Zao, I'm going to put with Black Zao. Now I'm going to put it directly below Black Zao because technically, in every sense, Black Zao is better than normal Zao. That's what it's supposed to be. Now I have found that I'm actually doing better in normal Zao. I don't know if it's because of the precise aim or what, but like let's say in a full battleship game, I've done this several times where I've done anywhere from 13 to 20 fires in normal Zao, and I get very similar matchmaker with Black Zao. And like this isn't like a 5-game stretch. This is like a 40-game stretch in Black Zao. I might have had one game where I got 10 fires.
Yeah.
So what I've noticed with Black Zao is you have better DPM, but you have to make that like DPM that counts. Not okay. I'm going to shoot more shells of HE to try to set fires. Like you just have to think, okay, I'm going to shoot like AP. I'm going to try to make that alpha damage, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try to make that damage stick. It also makes Black Zao, you have to use your torpedoes a little bit better because you can't rely on those fires. At least that's what I've determined with it. But Black Zao and Zao, they can range anywhere from best cruisers in the game to niche in a quick hurry, depending on what the matchmaker is. So
it's a definition of niche, though.
But niche is so low. You know what I mean? Okay. And
you guys put it that low. Okay. You guys decided this. You guys decided that it was pushed low.
Okay, look, it can range. So if you get like the worst matchmaker possible and you get cruiser hunters, you're gonna end up in niche. Okay.
Sly, I get what you're talking about right here. He's really making a case for niche right now.
Yeah, you are literally making a case for niche.
But okay, so okay. Let me.
No, I think regular Zao. I think you are correct that it is definitely a competitive ship, and it is strong. Once again, it's got some of the best DPM in the entire game with its torpedoes, its complement. It has a lot going for you. I counter with, if you have a CB in the game, you're screwed. If you have good DD players in the game, you're screwed. You're spotted, you're screwed. Like it's just so temperamental. But also, once again, you get in a high battleship game, you are the most dangerous ship in the game. 200k easy.
Let me rephrase and restart fresh. So the things that Zao has going for it, you have basically similar to what Goliath has in terms of AP salvos. So whenever you get those high DD games, you can say, okay, I'm going to zone my torps out, use them as zone torps, and then you're going to shoot AP, and you're going to hurt those DDs as much as possible. On the flip side, you get into a battleship game, you start playing surface detection, you become the big DD, and you start, so you can play both sides of the coin very well. The problem is when you get those certain games, like whenever CV decides, okay, you're dead.
I'm going to keep you spotted the entire game. You're done.
Gents.
No, actually, I would counter that with most of my damage actually comes from the guns.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
What?
Could we
speed it up?
Let's be honest here. No, not speed it up.
Oh.
You guys are going back and forth. Can we just it's going between competitive and right now? Can we just drop it in playable and be honest with ourselves? Because
Okay, as long as it's above Yodo.
it is my Yodo. It's top of playable.
Okay, thank you.
But here's the thing.
Where's Tricked go?
Because you guys are having this. Oh my goodness, where can it go? Guys, there's Trick Zao coming up.
Yes, but normal Zao is still good. No, what?
No. Hold on. Put Zao above Yodo, and then we'll get on to the Trick Zao after.
Okay.
Because Trick Zao.
You literally defined Yodo as niche. We'll see what comments say.
Yodo,
we'll see what comments say.
Zao is niche. Zao is niche.
What?
You just said you find Yodo as niche.
Or sorry, you just said Zao.
Zao.
It should be niche. Zao should be niche, in my opinion. We'll see what comments say. But Tricked Zao, I think that's definitely competitive. It now has insane concealment. Much more capable.
I would rather play Trick Zao. I would rather play Trick Zao than Drake Tendenberg in randoms. I'll make that case.
I agree with that. I'll agree with that one.
I can agree with that as well.
I'll do this then.
To be 100% fair with you. To be 100% honest with you, Black Zao has better DPS. Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yep.
Hindenburg's more comfy, yes, but Black Zao, you have better reward for your risk.
Oh yeah. Well, boys.
I want Black Zao. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, you should get it. You should get it on. I need to get this.
I need to get it.
Oh man.
I have a lot of commanders I can put on Black Zao.
Well, I will say, in comparison to what I have on my notes, I have a lot more niche. I've got 3 more niche, but that's it. Any other additional changes before we kind of solidify it this year? Sanctify.
Where'd you put Napoli in your list, Sly?
Top of niche.
I think you said high niche. Yeah.
Yeah,
niche.
it's top of niche, which I think it
the
really
only
does
thing
fit
that I see. The only thing that I see that I'm kind of on the fence about is how high we put Austin.
That's you two. I've not touched Austin.
To me, it's if we go back to a battleship meta, it will definitely go down. Right now, just because the DD meta on EU, I'm betting it's lower. I'll agree with that. Yeah.
So I find Colbert easier to play than Austin, and then I started looking at Trick Goliath compared to Austin. It's kind of Austin's very good at what it does. It's just it looks just a little bit out of place. I don't know where I'd put it, considering there's so many good ships below it at the moment, and there's really good ships above it. So it's
Yoshino?
A tough cruiser to push.
Okay,
or
so
below Yoshino?
Austin, personally, I could almost put it underneath the Black Zao.
I could agree there.
Yeah, I could agree there. Yeah.
I just didn't know how much I wanted to drop it. It's still competitive. It's still a very good ship. It does well, but it doesn't perform.
So
I'm just looking at the ship group. It doesn't perform like the other ships that were surrounding it.
Yes.
True, yeah.
The only reason I say Black Zao is better situation is they're both technically rapid reload. Austin obviously has a far better rapid reload, but you also have Torps with Black Zao.
And don't forget, you have heavy AP, not SAP and HE.
Yep.
So you can now do the rapid reload of AP close range on a battleship, and now you're chunking big time. So
not only that, if you're close to a battleship, it's already dead. You drop 10 torps per side in that thing to hit Zao torp. I mean, you do not want to screw with this thing at close range. Austin, you can get away with it because you can nearly one-tap it with just Monty. Broadside Austin is dead.
Yeah.
With one salvo. Black Zao will survive. And guess what? You're not going to be happy.
I think if I were to kind of be because of my time on EU and how much I played that, I think Napoli would go down to niche, definitely on EU, just because of how much more battleships. And there'd be
respect it.
Zao would probably move up just a little bit. Zao, Yoshino, those would kind of move up just a little bit.
So the one thing I've noticed about EU is that at least whenever I'm playing, it seems like it's always prime time, middle of the afternoon for me, and it's nighttime for them. Or it's basically whenever all the CV and Slava divs are on, and you keep on running into constant FDRs and Slavas.
That's what I was about to bring up.
Yeah, it's much tougher to play on EU whenever all these things are going on.
I would like to bring that up actually for the EU. You have the Russian FDR Slava divs. Every single cruiser on this list, against those guys, if they don't like you,
you're gone.
You might as well put yourself in fixing for even San Martin. Because FDR, 2 Slavas?
No.
Okay.
I'd say
Oh,
more
So,
minnow is a problem with that one because you can
okay.
just get nuked, but San Martin can hold.
Same thing. Both of them can get
Okay.
every single
The
ship on this
biggest
list
thing,
can
like,
get nuked.
that's whenever you do run into those things. But
So that's what I mean. I'm saying if
I
you
think
do.
I have run into those, and what I have noticed is you just have to play a lot more passively smart, which, some of these cruisers play extremely well. So I still think some of
Um,
these cruisers are going to perform better.
Smolensk.
Exactly.
well, here's another thing that you run into as well. I said if they don't. And
Yeah.
here's the thing about NA. They know who we are.
Yep.
You go over to EU, for the longest time, they had no clue who you were.
Yep.
You were just some no-name, random, fleetless guy. They know who you are now. It's going to be
Targets
a
on your
bit more
back.
difficult.
It was kind of
Target
fun
is on
running
your
around in
back.
some cruisers, and they're like, "Oh no, it's just some random. We don't have to worry about him."
Like I said, every single one of these cruisers, if they decide, if the FDR decides to spot you and decides to drop you and the Slavas can hit you, every single one of these are going to need fixing because you're going to die.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Because
Back to
either you
port.
dodge the FDR
Okay. So
or you
the other
dodge the
thing that we
Slava.
also have to consider here is the nerf that they actually did do to CV spotting. Some would say, it wasn't that big of a nerf. I can agree with that, but it's still a nerf that definitely helped the cruiser department
Yes.
because if you're
Yeah.
in
Yes, it
something like
did.
San Martin or Mino, you can actually, skirt right past the AA sometimes. And, you can go from, oh, wow, I almost had two Slavas bearing down on me. Oh, now the Slavas don't know where I am, and I'm in Mino. I'm going to run around this corner and drop 16 torps into a Slava and get a better position
Well,
on the PD.
that's
Yeah.
something I will say about the Napoli when I'm playing as well. Is you can squeeze your
100%.
way right past the plane
Yep.
where
It's a breakthrough ship.
The DD on the enemy team really thought there was nothing on this side of the map and they show up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Hello.
how
They
many
end up
times
pushing into a thing. They end up pushing into like basically Schroeder
Oh yeah.
whenever you hit torpedoes. It's like,
We probably should have put
crap.
Schroeder into this one. It fits into tier 10.
it'd probably be in competitive or meta, honestly, for tier 10.
Yeah, it probably would be.
Schroeder is tier 9. It would be the only cruiser. Actually, there would be two cruisers in the best cruisers in the game slot. Schroeder and Plymouth.
Oh.
Those two cruisers.
Ooh, Plymouth would 100% be competitive. That's for sure.
It'd be best cruisers in the game, in my opinion. Plymouth and Schroeder.
Yeah.
Hey,
All
sneak
right.
peek for if we decide to ever do the tier 9 rank. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. All right. Anything else?
Good. I think this is a
It
pretty
looks
good list.
It is 100% way better than last year.
Yeah.
Way better. This is
And
our
honestly,
apology letter to everyone. Our apology to your maker.
When people have opinions, and they will, obviously some of these ships can go in different places. I think there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with the Zao picks.
Yeah, I agree.
For Zao is very difficult to make work. However, I've seen what happens when you consistently make it work.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
So
insane.
like Steve is probably the best Zao player that I've seen, and he's putting out like 105, 110. It's like for him, it's like low meta, which is stupid, insane. And then you can kind of like work your way down depending on how you would actually play it. But
yeah,
that's like the biggest thing I would say.
That's the only reason we're doing this. And when the comments come, it'll be nice to have this discussion because a lot of the points they can give out, I'm sure we'll agree with. Like, yeah, it could have ended up in a lot of these ships, 100%. Except for San Martin, Minotaur, and the meta ships, could end up in different places.
Yep. Completely agree. But I think we're done.
Yes, sir.
This is a lot longer than I thought it would be. This is what, 3 hours?
2 hours and 10 minutes, if I don't cut too much.
We made good time.
Yeah, we did make it. Oh my god. But everyone, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Make sure to go over and check out Matt's channel. Actually, over there, I'll make sure I put his name in the YouTube title, that if I can talk now after 2 hours. I like that. But don't forget to like, follow, subscribe on with both of us. It really does help out support our channels. And hopefully you all enjoyed this. Let us know in the comment section down below if you guys agree with us, disagree with, anything like that. But outside of that, that is now so many years of tier 10 cruiser tier making. Thank you both for joining me.
Just before we head off, Hey, Pig Bay, I'm the cabbage man, by the way. So you know. All right, signing off. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.
See you, everyone.
Have a good year.
Yep, have a good year.
Elbing tier list here that you guys did. Can we actually take Elbing and place Genon and Destroyer tier list? Like, is that still available?
No. I already recorded all that stuff.
It.
I already recorded. Okay.